Hello, my fellow nomads, and welcome to Blueprints. This is a PC game that will test your logic, test your mind, and test your morality too. I have taken very well to this game, and I wanted to share this with all of you. However, I digress. Words are cheap, so let us begin. Blueprints. Let's go.
Herbert S. Sinclair of the Mount Holly estate at Reddington do publish and declare this instrument my last will and testament, and hereby revoke all wills and codicils heretofore made by me. I give and bequeath to my grandnephew, Simon P. Jones, son of my dear niece, Mary Matthew, all of my right, title, and interest in and to the house and land which I own near Mount Holly. The above provision and bequest is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room of my 45-room estate. The location of the room has been kept a secret from all the staff and servants of the manor, but I am confident that any heir worthy of the Sinclair legacy should have no trouble uncovering its whereabouts within a timely manner. Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executors of my will, then this gift shall lapse. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand this 18th day of March, 1993. Herbert S. Sinclair.
Well, here I am, great uncle. I know not what you want of me, but if this is your bequest, I will do my best to uphold your wishes. But first, what is this? Open only in the event of my death. Simon, welcome to Mount Holly. You may not remember, but I have fond memories of your many visits here as a young boy, and I hope these rooms provide you with as much amusement as it did in those lost summer days. By the time you read this, I will assume you are fully aware of my last wishes and all the details of the bequest. Please do not mistake my intentions in giving you this challenge as a lack of confidence. I assure you, nothing could have been further from my mind when I chose you as my heir. With that said, there are a few ground rules of this commission covered in the fine print of my will that I feel I should bring to your attention. 1. No tools or items may be brought onto the estate from the outside. 2. Tools and items found on the estate may not be taken off the estate. And 3. You may not stay in the manor overnight. I don't suspect that any of these stipulations should prove an impediment for someone as resourceful as yourself, but it is very important to me that you start fresh each morning and not rely on the successes of the previous day. One final word of advice. Do not assume the rooms you find today will be the same rooms you find tomorrow. These grounds have provided me a home for the last half-century, and even I am uncertain of which room lies beyond any particular door. Your grandmother used to say, "Don't go where the path leads. Abandon the path and go where you want it to lead." With all of my love and wishes, best of luck, Herbert S. Sinclair. All right, Granduncle. A blueprint.
This will serve as a useful map and inventory log during your adventure. You may access the blueprint menu by pressing the Tab key.
Alright, let's take a look.
The entrance hall. Past the steps and beyond the grand doors, admission to Mount Holly is granted by the way of a dark and garish lobby, suitably called the entrance hall. From here, each guest's adventure begins. However, the 3 doors that proceed onward do not always lead to the same adjoining rooms.
And here's my goal, the antechamber.
From its root meaning, the room before, all signs and paths point toward the antechamber. This mysterious sealed room, resting on the 9th rank, may prove, however, quite an initial challenge to even reach, let alone enter. Still, you can't help but draw a connection between this chamber and room 46.
Alright, where to start? What's this?
Searching the estate can be exhausting. Each time you enter a room, you will lose 1 step. When you are no longer have any steps left, you will be too tired to continue searching the manor and must call it a day.
So I have limited mobility then. I best keep track of this then. 50 to start with. And now a room to choose. Let's see. Let's start with the west side.
Bedroom. Whenever you enter this room, gain 2 steps. Whenever you enter. A closet. Gain 2 items. Or a hallway that does nothing.
A hallway. What are these strange pictures on the wall? I feel like they're important. I should keep them catalogued for later in my journal. Moving on. What's this?
Doors in the west wing are more likely to be locked. A nook, plus 1 key. The storeroom, plus 1 key, plus 1 gem, plus 10 coins. Or a guest bedroom, plus 10 steps.
This looks like a corner of the estate, so perhaps a corner room. The nook. I remember reading here with grandfather and mother. A rook? There's a rook in the nook.
A journey noteworthy. As you continue on your adventure, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observations. A pad, scrap of paper, or perhaps most fittingly, a journal will prove to be an invaluable tool you will not regret having beside you on your journey.
Very good advice. Let's move on.
The den, plus 1 gem. The corridor is always left unlocked. Or the pantry, plus 4 coins.
Let's add a den. I remember spending a lot of time here. It's so comfortable. Swans? Huh. Odd. What's that? A gem. Might come in handy. Now, do I go to the right? Yes.
Guest bedroom plus 10 steps, corridor, or a closet.
Let's add a closet. Let's see what it has.
A single ivory die. While drafting, you may use an ivory die to roll new floor plans. A sledgehammer. It can shatter padlocks on locked trunks.
With this, I won't even need to use a key. Let's press on.
The storeroom, West Wing Hall, or guest bedroom. The West Wing Hall.
What's that? Staff notice, June 15th, 1983. Out of respect for the late Lady Clara Epson, the West Wing will be closed until further notice. While the floor plans associated with this wing have not yet been removed from the pool, we ask that staff members refrain from drafting them during this period of mourning. Likewise, I can't read this. Well, it's either go to the right or go further north.
The bedroom, the parlor, or the nursery. Whenever you draft a bedroom, gain 5 steps. But it requires 1 gem.
Let's add a nursery. I imagine my mother loved this room when I was a baby. Let's see if there's anything in here for me. 2 cribs? More ivory dice! Now I have 3. What else is in here? What's that? A book? The Red Prince by Marion Marigold. There was a red prince who sat on a red throne. He had a red crown made of rubies and a red castle made of stone. The prince had a love for all things red. It's the only true color, the prince often said. He could not stand the sight of a canary or a crow. He could not stand the white of a swan in the snow. And he never looked up for fear of the view. He had heard that the sky was not a red hue. So he always had his book to turn his eyes down if he was ever outside when the clouds weren't around. And do you know which book the prince always had? The one that made him happy whenever he was sad? A story he had in the bath and the bed, and maybe you can guess with the clues that we have said. It was the story of a boy who also wore red, and he looked like our prince from his toes to his head. And as you, my reader, might already assume, this book is quite near you, in fact, in the same room. A story about you, if it needs to be said, about a red prince and his book, the red book we just read. What a charming story. Nothing else in this room, though. Pity. More of those strange pictures on the wall, too. A pawn? Well, nothing to do. I must press on. Wait. What is... never mind.
The chapel, a patio, and a storeroom. Whenever you enter the chapel, lose 1 coin. The storeroom, plus 1 key, plus 1 gem, plus 1 coin. Or spread a gem in each green room. Redraw. The lavatory, the spare room, and the veranda. Greater chance of fighting items in green rooms.
I'll use a spare room. And as usual, there's nothing in here. Locked. Luckily, I have a key.
The chapel, the lavatory, and the drawing room. You may draw new floor plans while drafting in this room. Redraw. The bedroom, the parlor, or the garage. Puzzle room.
The parlor. There you are, great uncle. Always watching me. Dear Herbert, it was a great honor receiving the invitation to dine at your estate with the Oldhams this past Thursday. If I'm being frank, it had been quite a while since we had been seen in decent society, and we were beginning to worry that my wife's wit had lost its charm. I have no delusions that my company is to rival to hers. If I can refresh your memory, we both spent much of that evening discussing our mutual love of games and puzzles, and I had mentioned to you a rather singular parlor game I had played some years back, involving 3 boxes of different colors. You had pressed me to write with the particulars of this game when I found the time, and I have included with this letter all the details you will need to share with guests should you be inclined to play this confounding game. Always your friend, M. Lowry. There will always be at least one box which displays only true statements. There will always be at least one box which displays only false statements. And only one box has the prize within, the other 2 are always empty. A turnkey.
A component of the parlor game.
Those must be the boxes over there. Let's see. One has the gems. Let's find out. Let's start with the black box. The blue box contains the gems. This box is the white box. And this box is the black box. Alright, so if I assume that one of them is true, the other 2 must be false, and inversely, if they were true to false. So, if this one is false, and the white one is also false, that must mean that the black box is true, which means, inevitably, the message on the black box is true. The blue box contains the gems. Therefore, if this is true, then my prize is in the blue box. Yes! And 2 more gems. Let's press on.
The lavatory, the bedroom, and the observatory. Whenever you enter this room, gain 2 steps, plus 1 star for each time you drafted the observatory. Costs 1 gem.
An observatory. Ooh. I remember looking at the stars over here with grandfather a lot of times. Sometimes with father, too. Why are there so many globes, though? This doesn't look right. Shouldn't it be facing outward? Let me see. The Fixed Stars, A Stargazer's Companion to Constellations by Richard Witt. Bird and Sons Publishing, 1809. Veneres. This book contains a complete starbase, the list of constellations and observed effects that accompany the appearance of each one. Depending on the number of stars that can be seen in the sky on any given day, different constellations of various sizes may be visible, sometimes more than one on a single day. This book, a solid base for astronomy, will help you easily identify these constellations, impress your friends, and discover the joy of stargazing. 1 star, 1 gold. 2 stars, 2 trunks in the entrance hall. 3 stars, 3 steps. 4 stars, a gem. 5 stars, rooms with 4 doors are more common today. 7 stars, apples are more delicious. 8 equals a key. 11 give 5 gems. 12, dead end rooms are more common. 15, everything is 50% off today. And 20, green rooms are more likely to contain special flowers today. Huh. just from the stars? But this doesn't look right. I think I need to move this. If I move any further to the right, it'll hit the ledge. There must be some way to increase its elevation. Perhaps up these stairs. Yes, there's a turn wheel. Turn this, and it brings the telescope up. Now I should head back down and turn it once more to the right. It should be aligned if I do that. There we go. Alright. Let's see what I see. Let's look. A single star.
Gain 1 coin.
Oh, where did this coin come from? Huh. Nothing else in this room. Let's move on.
The guest bedroom, the chapel, or a pantry.
The pantry. Ooh, an apple.
+2 steps. +4 coins.
Bridget, please pick up some more fruit before Friday, as we have just been informed that we may have an extra guest exploring the house next week. 50 steps should be more than enough, so I think an even spread would be ideal. 5 apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges. The enclosed amount should cover expenses, but please bring back any change from the order and leave it in the pantry. Thank you, Bridget. Oh, it's locked. And I don't have any keys. Well, I should retreat for now, I suppose. I still have 2 more doors to look for. But I must remember that every time I enter a room, I lose a step. I must go down south again. And it's walled off. Why? 2 more doors to choose. Let's choose the eastern path.
The bedroom, the lavatory, or the kitchen.
The kitchen costs a gem, but there's food for sale. Let's choose a bedroom. Oh. I could break the lock. Let's see what's inside. 3 gems. I would have preferred a key, but this will do. What else is in this room? A pine tree and a clothespin? What are those? Why are those in here? I miss you so much. What's that? Greetings from Reddington. Huh. Odd. Let's move on.
The guest bedroom, security, or the storeroom. View inventory of all items currently in the house. Costs 1 gem.
Let's go for security. Well, this is odd. I don't think I've ever been in here. What is all this? Are those recording equipment? What exactly were they recording? The video feeds? What's all of that? So many cameras. Why are there so many cameras inside the house? There's a trophy room, an attic or storeroom, the archives, a music room, even a vault, and there's one looking at me. Well, no sense dawdling. I should press on, but maybe I should check this room first. Some of these rooms I didn't even know existed. Wait, we have a gallery? Since when do we have a museum gallery? What does that say? I can't read the words on that wall back there. Well, it's too hard to see. I'm sure I'll find that room eventually. Maybe then I could figure it out. What's this? Welcome to Mount Holly Security. The following is a detailed list of items currently in the house that you have yet to be collected. This list will be updated as new rooms are added. A keycard system? Security doors are doors within the estate that can only be opened with an electronic keycard. It's operational. Offline mode? This mode determines the default setting for the security doors that will be set if the power is lost during a blackout. It's often recommended that it be unlocked if any staff are working on the estate. I should switch this to unlocked. Yep. Alright, let's go back. Yes. The network? Password? Would I have known a password? I'm sure I'll find it eventually. I'll leave that there for now. Nothing else I can do here. What else is in this room that can help me? A notepad. Blue memos equal true, red memos equal lies. Unless written by hand? Wait, does that also apply to blue memos as well? So if I find any handwritten blue memos, that also means that would that make them false? But if I find any handwritten red memos, that means that they're true. Keycard access security doors are more likely to appear in the higher ranks of the estate. Likewise, as a redundant security measure, normal doors in the estate will also be more likely to be locked as you progress north. You'll further notice the antechamber has been unlocked and access levels are no longer required to gain entry. Well, this is obviously a lie, because it's printed. Effective the first week of December, payroll for all live-out and seasonal staff will be managed electronically. As your attendance will no longer be registered in morning roll call, it is doubly important that you do not fail to clock in and out at one of the electronic computer terminals on the estate. 2 of these terminals can be found at the security, where the punch clock used to be, and in the laboratory. Any questions or concerns regarding this process should be directed, as always, to our house manager, Mrs. Babbage. Terminal password... I can't read that. I'm sure that this is important. I'll leave that for later. Where to now?
The corridor, the laundry room, or the passageway. You can launder currency in the laundry room, or pay nothing for the passageway, but cost 2 gems.
The laundry room? Since when was the laundry room attached to security? Oh well. Might as well see what this does. I don't really need any clothes cleaned.
Spin cycle. This service costs 5 coins and will convert all of your gems into coins, and vice versa. Wash and dry. This service costs 5 coins and will exchange all of your keys with all of your gems, and vice versa. This service costs 10 coins and will exchange all of your keys with all of your coins, and vice versa. Let's see. Maybe I should swap my keys and my gems. Yes. Now I have 2 keys. I should be able to unlock at least 2 doors now. Alright, let's keep going. I have so much more of the house to find. A knight?
how do I find some of these rooms? We have a vault? There's a camera in the spare room? I didn't even know we even had a vault. Oh well. Let's move on.
The lavatory, the furnace, or the kitchen. Redraw. The chapel, the bunk room, and the furnace.
Let's try a chapel. What a quaint little chapel. Nothing here. But these reliefs look strange. One, she's holding a hoe. Maybe I should write this down. 1, put a hoe. 2 is a paddle. 3 is a pitchfork. 4 is a chimney sweep. 5, where's 5? 5 is a broom. 6 is a whip, and 7 is a scepter.
The guest bedroom, the storeroom, or the boudoir.
The storeroom. Let me grab a coin, a key, and a gem. Pictures again. And a pawn. What's that? Oh, it's an illustration. How adorable. A blue bird. I'm sure that's not important at all. Oh, right, I forgot. Whenever I enter the chapel, I lose a coin. A tithe, if you will.
The corridor, the commissary, or the bunk room. The corridor is always unlocked.
How convenient. Nothing in this room. What's next?
The courtyard, utility closet, or the lavatory.
Let's try the courtyard. Oh, that must be one of the security doors over there. And a shovel. This might come in handy.
It looks like it could be useful for digging.
And there's a dirt patch. Let's see what I find. Nothing. Oh well. The security door is locked by electronic keycard. And another dirt patch. A brick? Who buries a brick? Must have been the dog again.
The dining room, boudoir, or the drawing room. The dining room. Each day a meal is served in the dining room after rank 8 has been reached.
More strange pictures on the wall. I better check my map again.
The utility closet, the billiard room, and the walk-in closet. The billiard room.
It's another puzzle room. Let's see. More strange pictures. I never understood billiards. Father always said it was a gentleman's game. Why do I feel like there's something with a dartboard? 7? It depresses. What's the rule here? 5, 3, 8? Oh, it's addition! It's addition! Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Might it be with the rings? I should write this down. Alright, following those rules, 18 minus 10 is 8. Then 16 minus 3 is 13. 4 times 2 is 8. Then 15 minus 10 is is 5 times 3 is 15. Oh, that did something. And 2 more keys.
The guest bedroom, the lavatory, and a passageway.
Oh, this is nice. The guest bedroom was always one of my favorite rooms. And there's a key card!
The electronic key card opens electronically powered security doors.
Sinclair, just wanted to write you a quick note thanking you for the weekend. I had a thrilling time on the hunt with Lord Evanson, whose peculiar personality somewhat made up for your own absence. I also got to appreciate your new game in the billiard room. It's been ages since I've seen the billiard room in the house, and I was beginning to suspect you retired the floor plan. It was well worth the wait, though, as I always enjoy your mathematical puzzles and appreciated that I didn't need to know the rules of darts to play your variation. Hoping your health improves shortly. KL. KL? Who's KL? Problem for another time. Onward. The rest of the house awaits. Let's see.
The boudoir, the dark room, or the utility closet.
The dark room.
You cannot see the floor plans that you draft in this room.
Oh, really is a dark room. I can't see a blasted thing. I'll just take a stab in the dark. A lavatory? There's nothing in here. Oh, it's just a useless room. Alright, let's go back. Now that I have a key card, I should be able to advance.
The East Wing Hall, the bunk room, or the commissary.
The East Wing Hall. I don't know why we have such a high security door right here for a hallway. Someone must have been paranoid. Wonder what's in this side room. I'll check it out later. Another locked door and another key.
The rumpus room, the locksmith, or the maid's chamber. You're less likely to find items laying around the house.
Mila? Why is a statue of goddess Mila here? There's everyone, including Great Uncle. The day we all dreaded has finally arrived. It is with unprecedented sadness that we inform you of the death of our benefactor, employer and master, the Baron of Mount Holly, H.S. Sinclair. Any staff who have an interest in attending services may contact Mrs. Babbage for details. In following the instructions left by the Baron himself, effective immediately, all work at Mount Holly is suspended. All live-in staff will have 1 month paid leave and must vacate the premises by Friday, November 6th. Mrs. Babbage. Well, let's move on.
The bunk room, the workshop, and a passageway. You can combine inventory items into useful items here.
Oh, Tinkerer's Paradise. What's that?
The coin purse. Each time you collect 3 coins, you earn an additional 1 coin in interest.
Stones cut by hand and letters wrought do spell our secrets carved from thought. A message read is of often lost. Among the bold words spoken soft, the note is read, the letter is not. A message? Why is message bold? I feel like I should write that down. And it's the 8th, so maybe it's an 8th worth of a message? E. Let me think. The letter is not. Stage and stack? The E is missing. That should mean something. The true box does not always contain the prize. That's good to know. I'll write that down. Let's see what I can combine. No. Doesn't look like anything useful. Shame. Well, nothing to do. Press on.
The boudoir, the kitchen, or the commissary?
I don't have any gems, though. I guess I can only put the boudoir. Strange place to put a guest bedroom. Let's see. What's that? Oh, it's a photo from Christmas! Why do I feel like that's significant? Let's see. Oh, hello. That's the safe from the photo. But what's the code? This may sound strange, but maybe it's 1225? Christmas! Christmas Day! Of course they made the combination Christmas Day. There's a gem, and something else. Why is there etching on the back of the safe door? That's very odd. What else is in the safe? A red envelope with a 4 on it. Herbert, I was distraught to learn that you have chosen to omit the details of our dear Marian's disappearance from the public record. It is no surprise to me that the royal court would want this embarrassment kept as quiet as possible, but I am shocked that you have so little regard for your niece that you would play the king's scullion and stoop to kissing the foot that treads upon her memory. She gave up her family, her fortune, and her life, and all you can do is think of your name. Having never had a family name nor fortune of my own, I cannot personally condemn you for faltering in your commitment to make the same sacrifices she did. But for the love of God, do not by that same display of weakness clutch your petty assets so tightly that you undermine the cause that she forwarded everything to further. Our countrymen must be made aware of the price she paid, and must be made to see the color of the flag she flew as she rode into the darkness of 100 nights. To deny her story is to deny her life. If through your silence you bless this betrayal, our son, Simon, your heir, will inherit a fortune of lies, and will spit upon your grave when he learns of your cursed foolishness. Needless to say, we will not be coming to Christmas this year. Daniel. Dad? Why would he write that? Well, that's a thing for another time. Let's press on.
The bunk room, the great hall, the passageway. 7 locked doors.
But only 3 keys. Well, I know one that won't be unlocked. I know one that will definitely lead to a room. This one.
The gymnasium, the conference room, or the wine cellar. Whenever items will be spread throughout the house, they are placed in this room instead.
Let's use a conference room. This seems important. Was that a bell? I'll get to it later. What's this?
Spreading items. Some special rooms allow you to spread items throughout your house. When items are spread, they are immediately placed in several of the rooms currently on your estate. However, if you have a conference room, spread items are gathered in that room instead.
So if I ever get into a room... Well, that's obviously a lie. Why is there a wall here? According to the map, that must be the antechamber.
the mailroom, the pool, or the furnace. Adds the locker room, sauna, and pump room to today's draft pool. Costs 1 gem.
The pool? Right next to the conference room? I didn't even know we even had a pool. And another security door.
The sauna, utility closet, or commissary. Tomorrow you will start the day with 20 extra steps. The breaker box, or items for sale.
I don't have any gems, but the sauna sounds useful. Plus it being next to the pool, it makes sense. The sauna. Oh, it's sweltering in here. Oh. What the?
A set of car keys.
Why are there car keys in the sauna? Did Bridget leave these behind again? That woman is always losing things. Let's see. The draft pool is your deck of potential floor plans. Each time you draft, 3 random floor plans are drawn from the draft pool for you to select from. The odds of drawing a specific floor plan may differ depending on the room. Some rooms are more rare than others. Floor plans added to the draft pool are removed at the end of the day, unless otherwise stated. No running. Locked again. Another key.
The bunk room, the walk-in closet, or the laboratory.
Let's try the bunk room. Oh, I remember here when I was little. Me and my brother used to get up to all sorts of trouble. 2 bananas, 3 steps each. Very fortuitous. Today is a good day because Simon is at camp and he is not as much fun as my friends. I will not have to share my toys, I will not have to share my room, and I will not have to share my snacks. Having a younger brother is not as much fun as they told me it would be, but today will be a good day because he is at camp. Herbie is mean and really stupid, and today is a good day because I threw away his airplane. I also had more fun at camp than he has had in his entire life. Did I really write that? Today is a good day because I got my brother in trouble for reading my private journal without my permission and writing mean things in it too. He also threw away my model airplane in the bushes outside, but I got it back, and if he does it again, he will not get to go to the park on Friday and will make sure he gets no presents for his birthday. I don't need any presents because I have my brother's book because he won't stop writing about me, and today is a good day because I know he cries when he can't find his book, even though he is older. He is a crybaby. Also, why are there wrong letters and things? I couldn't really spell back then, could I? Today is a good day because today my brother returns from college and I get to finally return to him the book I took from him a long, long time ago. I was such a petty child back then. Well, is there any other place I can go to? Let me see. Well, I heard a bell earlier. Maybe I should check the dining room again. Also, I only have 1 key and 6 doors. Better not risk it. I might run out of keys and hit a dead end. Nothing to do in this room. Oh, where was the dining room? Oh, right. There's still another room in here.
The gymnasium, the pump room, or the walk-in closet. Control the water flow throughout the estate. Whenever you enter the gymnasium, lose 2 steps.
I'm getting the feeling that red rooms are detrimental to me. Blue rooms are normal. Well, despite that, it's the only one with a path that goes across. According to the map, there's still a room in the middle. So, regardless of what I want... losing 2 steps.
The wine cellar, the furnace, or the kitchen.
The only choice is the wine cellar. I didn't even know we even had a wine cellar. Let's see. Ooh, 3 gems. Thank you. Nothing else to do in this room. These strange pictures again. Why are there always 2 of these strange pictures? What could they mean? I'm sure that I'll find out sooner or later. I should probably keep track of them anyway. What's this? Lemon glazed salmon, charboiled Cajun spice salmon, lemon butter sauce, and served over spinach leaf. Oh, that sounds amazing! But should I have it now? Plus an additional 10 steps if you have an aquarium. No, I should probably eat. I haven't eaten since I got here. That was really good. And now I feel a bit more energized. Let's see. What else can I do? Well, there is always that one... No. Better not risk it. I should probably head back. It's getting later in the day anyway. Also, he distinctly told me that I was not allowed to stay in the manor overnight. Luckily, I have a campsite nearby. Is there anything else I can do? I don't want to risk losing a key to the 7 locked doors. Well, technically it was only 3 doors because 3 of them would be blocked off. That would make sense. This place is a maze in its own right. I can now open this door. Let's see if I can go any further.
The utility closet, the drawing room, or the walk-in closet.
Well, this is the only one that isn't a dead end. Let's use a drawing room. I can spare a gem. I remember this room. Let's see if there's anything useful for me in here. What's that?
Drawing floor plans. Each time you click on a door, you will draw 3 floor plans, from which you must select one to draft. However, there are some items and rooms that will allow you to redraw if you do not like your initial 3 options.
That's very good to know. Anything else in this room? Ah, great uncle. Wait. Something's off. Why is that crooked? Why is that crooked? And that one's straight. I wonder what would happen if I pull this down. Oh! It's a wall safe! But I don't know what the combination is. Oh well. I'm sure I could figure it out at some point. Now that I know that it's there, I should keep note of it. And it's locked. And I don't have any keys left. Drat! Not that it would do me any good right now. It's only my first day. Initial explorations always yield the least results. But I did learn a lot. So, it is with a heavy heart that I should probably head back and, well, call it a day. Just making sure. Great Uncle did mention that the rooms I find today may not be the same as the ones I find tomorrow. Could it be that something resets it every day? How is that even possible? It's a built house. Whatever strange force is at work here, I suppose it will have to wait until the next day. Well, I can at least explore outside. At least that's an option. Let's see what I can find outside the house on the grounds. The west side gate, and it's locked. Of course it's locked. Why would it not be locked? Well, let's press on. The fountain. There's Mount Holly. Oop, better not step on the flowers. Bridget would have my head if I did. What's down this way? That's conspicuous. Why is this boarded up? I should make note of that. Pipes? Wow, that is a very long way down. We're so high up. But those pipes have me curious. Why would there be pipes here? And there's 4 bowls? Braziers? I'm sure that they do something. Ah, well. For another time. The tunnel. It's too dark to see anything. I'm as blind as a bat in here. But there are 2 torches here. Oh, if only I had something to light them. Maybe I could see. I should also make note of that as well. Everything is important. Just like Great Uncle always said. Documentation, and then recitation, analysis, and then conclusion. What else is around here? Down this path. This should lead to my camp. Is that a door? A bolted iron door? Why would that be here? Let's keep going down the path. That's the eastern gate out to the road. And this way should be my little campsite. And what is that? I should probably make note of that. It's probably important. My quaint little campsite. It's not much, but it's mine.
Due to the rules set forth by your great-uncle's will, you are not allowed to stay in the estate overnight. Luckily, however, your scouting skills have been put to good use to fabricate a very respectable off-site sleeping quarters.
It's a good thing I went camping so many times. They're really coming in handy. White trees. What's this? Oh, it's the orchard! Mother loved this place. She still does, I think. I hope so. A padlock. I don't know what the combination is. I shouldn't even try. Not until I have more information. I'll keep note of this place too. That's a gas pipe. If I can get inside this gate, maybe I could do something with those braziers back there. But not right now. I need to find out what the code is. But perhaps I should leave that for another day. All this exploring has me exhausted. As they say, Rome was not built in a day. And my quest will not be finished in a single day, I surmise. I did get quite a bit of progress, though. We'll just have to see what happens tomorrow. Until then, I should probably call it for a night.
An impressive inn with 7 bedrooms, total rooms 36, rank 9, 90 steps taken, and found 7 items. Thus concludes day 1. And with that, we end day 1 of Blueprints. I'd imagine that this is going to take quite a while. There are many more mysteries to find, many more puzzles to solve, and many more truths to uncover. Don't forget to subscribe, like, post a comment in the comment section below, and hit that little notification bell for future updates. Until then, I am the VR Nomad. Peace out.